Hello and welcome. You're watching Head to Head. I'm Carrie Oderman with UATV. This year, a Ukrainian delegation of documentary filmmakers will travel to the 32nd International Documentary Film Festival in Amsterdam for the first time. Representatives of the filmmaking community will have a chance to receive financial and consulting support and to present their projects at the World Central Documentary Film Platform during the Ukraine Here We Go event. To talk more about this, we welcome to our studio today Darya Bassel, festival programmer and head of the DOCU industry platform. Hi, thank you for joining us today. Let's talk a little bit about this event coming up. This has been called the Documentary Cannes. Why is this festival so important, and has Ukraine participated in the past?
Well, the festival is very important for documentary professional filmmakers because this is the biggest market for documentary films. I would say each year the festival welcomes around 3,000 filmmakers from all around the world. Like, you can meet there people from Japan, from Canada, from America, from Europe, and well, Ukrainians, they used to came to IDFA each year. I think at least one Ukrainian film is in the official program of the festival, but we hadn't such a big delegation before. So it's really the first time when we have 10 films, 10 projects coming to IDFA, and it is supported by the government, which is very important. Okay, 10 films. What are the topics right now in Ukrainian documentary making? Is there a trend that you can identify? Well, probably it's obvious that still the war and the consequences of the revolution and of the war are trends in documentary filmmaking, but also filmmakers, they tend to shoot films about some personal dramas and some interesting and weird characters. Like last year we had a very beautiful film which is called My Father is My Mother's Brother by Vadim Ilkov. This film was very successful, and films like that are going to be made like in the next years. Filmmakers, they try to comprehend and realize the consequences of the war, consequences of the Soviet times, but through their personal lives, to their personal dramas. For instance, this year in our delegation we have one project which is called Fragments of Ice, and it is a footage film which is going to be made out of the footage shot by the father of the filmmaker during 1990s, during the perestroika time. So like, it's kind of, I would say the films which we are bringing to IDFA are kind of mixture between the war stories, the consequences of the war stories, and personal stories. Perhaps it's not the individual's filmmaker's intention to draw attention to the situation here in Ukraine, but as a group they will be doing that. They'll be creating more international attention for the conflict going on here. Do you see that as your role as part of the delegation? Yeah, absolutely. Actually, this is one of our main aim, not only within this delegation, but also as a festival. As DOCU Days UA, we try to promote Ukrainian filmmaking abroad, internationally. We do a lot for that, and delegation is just one of the things we're doing to achieve this goal. And of course, like, the main goal is to increase interest to Ukraine and to the culture field in Ukraine. So I hope we will achieve it with this delegation. I'm assuming you've seen all 10 documentaries, correct? Yeah, but I must say that these are not finished films. These are just projects which are now in progress. So, but yeah, I saw like a lot of footages and I read all the materials, so I know them. Yeah. Now, how was the selection process completed for these 10? Because not only did you look over the project outlines of these 10, I'm sure there were many other submissions. Can you tell us about the process? Well, the process was very easy, I would say. We have selection committee, which is usually working for the festival, and the same selection committee was working on the selection of this project. I did personally pre-selection, and I think we received around 50 applications. So out of this 50, I selected around 20, and then together with my colleagues, we made it to 10 projects.
Tell us a little bit about the criteria you use. You're looking at things like potential, the idea. What kind of criteria?
Well, the main criteria for us was the potential for international co-production, because ITFA is the place where you can find international partners, and also because we want to let the world know that Ukraine is a good partner for international co-production, that we are ready to co-produce. And besides that, the project had to be very interesting in the creative point of view. The cinematic value was very important for us, and the director's approach, it had to be like a unique voice of a very talented person, very talented filmmaker.
What are the ages of some of these documentary makers? Is there only young, old?
Well, like in our delegation, I would say the age is something like from 25 until 45. Yeah, so I would say these are young people.
Now, a lot of people talk about how Ukrainians have an excellent education, and technically they're very good at the jobs that they do. How would this, the IDFA, help them further? If they've already got the great basic knowledge, is it really just international exposure and working with international partners that is the goal here?
Yeah, this is the main goal, but also, for example, ITFA, they organize a lot of master classes during the festival, a lot of workshops. They even have their own academy. It is called ITFA Academy. Okay. So the participants of our delegation, if they want, they can join this academy, and they can they can go to master classes, they can listen to very experienced film editors, film producers, film directors, and gain new experiences. Well, I think the main purpose of attending every festival is to find new friends and to find new partners for further collaborations.
Let's talk about the new wave or new trends in Ukrainian filmmaking. You did mention there's a lot of focus on the conflict. Yeah. Are there any other directions, or is that the main focus right now in Ukrainian documentary making?
Well, I think this is still the main focus. Well, but there are also some filmmakers who are going to other parts of our country, for instance, to Carpathian Mountains, to the west of the country, and who are looking for interesting personal stories, and also who are looking for some stories to create this exposure of a country, to present the country, to present how beautiful it is, how different it is, and you know, because in Ukraine we have really lots of different, very strange, very funny, very interesting, lovely, amazing stories. And these stories might be brought to the world through documentary cinema.
You had mentioned that films have been submitted in the past, but this is the first time this many films and a delegation is heading to Amsterdam. Did I understand you correctly that there's been government support for this trip?
Yeah, exactly. So the government supported the whole delegation. So the whole budget is covered by the government, and the main part of the budget is covered by the Ukrainian Film State Agency, but also like small part is supported by the Ukrainian Institute. So actually 2 governmental delegations joined their forces together to make it possible.
Now, we know that governmental budgets are often done well in advance. Was any of this support the result of the new administration?
No, the support was actually confirmed half a year ago, because, yeah, as you said, it's a very long process. So we were speaking with the ex-head of the Ukrainian Film Fund for a year, and then half a year ago we've got this confirmation.
Does it look like this positive cooperation is going to be able to continue, though, with the government?
Well, I don't know. We hope so. Recently we had a meeting with the Victoria Yermoshenko, who is trying to create new strategy for development of Ukrainian cinema and Ukrainian film industry. And the meeting was very positive, and we spoke about the possibilities for development for documentary film, because this is our main interest. And at the moment we are preparing some proposals for her, how we see how the documentary world in Ukraine might be changed and which changes has to be implemented. So we will see. At the moment I don't know, I don't have like any proper answer, you know, because the situation is very uncertain.
Well, let's hope that we see these 10 documentaries be realized.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you.
That was Darya Bassel, Festival Programmer and Head of DOCU Pro Industry Platform. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned with UATV.